Hi, I'm Vicky Flipflop and I am in Dawson City. I'm currently standing 2,000 kilometres north of Vancouver and just 240 kilometres south of the Arctic Circle. I'm here to check out the Dawson City Music Festival and to see exactly what there is to do in Dawson. Dawson is famous for being the centre of the gold rush. In 1894, the first gold was discovered up at Bonanza Creek, changing the city forever. Some people got very rich off the creek, the few lucky ones. At its height, Dawson was home to 40,000 people, all rushed here with gold fever in their eyes, hearts and minds. Now it's only 2,000 who brave the city's harsh below 40 winters to enjoy the ice breaking for the summer. Tourism is now the main industry, so let me show you what there is to do in Dawson City.
You agitate gold in water, it has to drop.
There's a bit there, and that's called the spud, and that sticks into the ground and goes down really far, so it like anchors the dredge. And then the dredge works with all these buckets on the front, really heavy buckets, 68 I think it said this one had, and then they go round on like a conveyor belt at the front, sifting through the ground and putting it through the dredge. And then there's this series of like conveyor belts where the gold goes through and the gold sinks to the bottom of the water because it's heavier than water, and so then they can extract the gold out, and then all the other stuff goes back through the dredge and comes out of there, and then that's why you get the big piles in these gold mining places, the big piles of rubbish that they don't want. And then the gold stays in the dredge and then they can sift it out, get it and sell it.
You do this following the process, the gold has to go down to the bottom, and what the aim is to get the gold in the crease down here.
We have come to Claim 33 to have a go at the hand gold panning. Back in the day it would all be done by hand, and then obviously as soon as they found out how much gold was here, the big names and all the big money came and bought out all the little miners, and so the little miners worked for the big miners. Names like Guggenheim came here and built their dredges, and so the old way of doing it became extinct. But we're going to have a go and I'm going to find a big juicy gold nugget. Back in the gold rush you used to be able to pay for your beers with just a pinch of gold dust, and then mysteriously somehow the barmen would have very greasy hair along there, so they'd go like this and then keep the gold dust. Crafty. Unfortunately today I had to pay for mine with cold hard cash. For such a small city there are some great restaurants here. This one, the Drunk Goat, is my favourite. Oh my god, my dinner looks absolutely incredible. Look at this. Oh yeah. So many prawns. I'm excited. Gotta go, I'm busy. I've also tried Alchemy, Red Mammoth, Riverside Cafe, Aurora and breakfast at my hotel, Eldorado. I've also heard that Klondike Kate and Bombay Peggy's are nice, although I didn't get a chance to go. And this is my lunch from Klondike Creamy Candy. There's a massive queue there at the moment. It's so good. Dawson City is very artsy. There's an arts college, there's an artists in residence programme, and a lot of artists come here for the beautiful surroundings and to practice their craft. And the best way to celebrate any art is with a festival. So the Dawson City Music Festival has been on this weekend, and as well as the big tent in the park, they've also had events at different buildings around the city. Across the road is the Grand Palace Theatre, and I've seen a few bands there this weekend, and I'm just sat outside the post office, which is where I watched the Lucky Ones play an awesome set as part of the Dawson City Music Crawl. It's 11:30 and I'm walking home from the festival, and when I say 11:30 I mean at night. It's the midnight sun here. The sun sets but it doesn't get dark. I am on my way to something a little bit different. You get to dress up like you were in the Klondike Gold Rush from the 1900s and do a photo shoot, so I thought, why not?
Welcome to Peabody's studio. I'll start with over here. I'm not quite sure what look you're going to go for your portrait, but over here we have ladies' town hats, or fancy hats. In here there's more light smoking jackets, leather suede skirt and vest combo, very large ball gown, a couple wedding dresses.
Philosophy, but I feel this is a good spot to slip it in if it pleases you.
I'm about to go for Saturday night in Dawson City, and from what I've learned over the last few days, there are 3 different places that you need to drink when you're in Dawson City. One is Bombay Peggy's. It's an old brothel, so I need to go for a drink there. Then there's the Pit, which is just over the road. It's been open for many, many years and it has never closed in all that time. And I walked past earlier and it looked quite grimy, but there's lots of people in there having a nice drink. And then the third place to go is the Downtown Hotel, which does the sour toe cocktail, which sounds absolutely disgusting. So years and years ago, this guy found in his cabin a little dead toe that a man had kept from frostbite, and it was a blackened toe. And so he decided, for some reason, as any strange person would, that he would make a cocktail out of it. And that became the sour toe cocktail. And so you have to do a shot of Yukon whiskey and have the blackened toe in the bottom. And what's the poem? Drink it fast, drink it slow, as long as your lips touch the toe. But some people have taken it a step further, and this is actually the 7th toe they're on because people drink it. So you got fined for drinking it. And I learned today that one guy did it for a bet, ate it, like drank it, ate it, and then just put the $500 down. So he actually paid $500 to drink and eat someone's toe. So before I came, everyone was like, oh, you're gonna do the sourdough cocktail, anyone that had heard of Dawson City, and I thought, oh yeah, that's the thing that you do. But now I'm absolutely definitely not. Apparently now people will leave their toe to the hotel in their will, so that they have a never-ending list of toes because people keep drinking them and eating them. So I might go and have a look later, but there is absolutely no way that my lips are touching that toe. I'm standing outside Diamond Tooth Gertie's gambling hall in Dawson City, and it is the oldest gambling hall in Canada, and back in the day it served as a way for the men to spend their money. Now you can pay just $15 and you get lifetime membership and can go as much as you want. Dawson City was built on the land of the First Nations people, and if you want to know more about the wasp, and if you want to know more about them, then a good place to start is the Cultural Centre. They still continue to live here today, and any government policies or decisions have to go through their chiefs first. Across the Yukon River in West Dawson, there is a whole settlement of people who are living off-grid. They've got generators, they're self-sustainable, and in the summer season, like now, that's the Klondike spirit. In the summer season, like now, they can take the ferry back and forth. In the winter, they can either skate across or walk across on the frozen lake, but it's in the shoulder seasons that they need to have enough to survive because there is no way of getting across. Apparently on this side in Dawson City, there is a bet every year as to when the ice breaks. You have to get the exact time on the exact date within minutes because so many people bet. And what they do is they put a tripod in the middle of the ice, in the middle of the river, and attached to a bit of string, which is attached to a bell. And then when the ice breaks, the tripod falls through and it will ring the bell, and that signifies the start of the summer. These houses behind me are known as the Kissing Houses in Dawson City. They were built in 1901 and have been the victim of the permafrost around here. Nowadays you have to protect your house from that with a series of winches under your house, which I'll show you here, so that you can balance it out. As your house gets warm, it melts the frost underneath and then causes it to subside like these ones. Apparently there's no plans to sort them out, but they serve as a warning to others to sort your house out, sort your winches out. Hiking up to the Midnight Dome is one of the biggest adventure activities in Dawson City, but if you're scared of bears like me and travelling alone, then you can just join a tour. And so I've come up to the Midnight Dome to see these incredible views.